Awesome. Well, I have Janelle and Brenton with me here tonight. They have decided to kind of jump on and answer a few questions about obviously their journey with me. It's been I was kind of actually thinking about it just the other day about how far you guys have come, and it's actually really exciting. But yeah, I guess you guys can tell your own journey instead of me telling it for you. But so I guess we'll start before working with me. Yeah, I mean, is there kind of things that you think about like before that, like were there any kind of struggle points that you were having or anything like that?
Oh, for me, I didn't talk about money too much with Janelle. Beforehand, I left all the work to Janelle with the money side of things. So it was for me, it was a bit of a steep learning curve for me going forward with this program. And I didn't probably realise how much pressure I did put on Janelle with the money side of thing within our family.
Yeah, sure. What about for you, Janelle?
Yeah. I'm probably, I don't know, I suppose I'm a bit the same. Like we were probably a little bit separate on separate roads, I suppose, for a start.
Sure.
But now I don't know, I probably have more of an understanding of Brenton's concerns with money, I suppose. And now working through the program and doing little homework tasks and what have yous, I think we've now jumped on board and we're probably in a much better place with communication wise and where we sit.
Yeah. No, it was a really good journey. And I again, thinking about it the other day, but I guess I actually want to hear from you guys if there was, I guess, any particular standout lessons that you had or any like really big kind of aha moments or epiphanies that you had through our journey together as well.
Well, for me, I think it was more, I didn't realise how, like, 90% of the time we're on the same page, but we actually hadn't told each other we were on the same page. Like we had the same goals, but we'd never really spoken about it. And it was probably interesting to know how much we knew of each other, like what our main aims were going forward. Whilst we knew the common stuff that we needed, we also could understand I knew what Janelle was sort of thinking about, how, she would like a holiday and she would like this and like that. And nothing was ever a surprise for me.
Sure.
And I think I'm the same. Like we probably knew each other's aspirations, I suppose, where we wanted to go in life, but we probably didn't really have that open communication between the two of us. And I think now that we do have that, we've got these goals that we can actually achieve together because we've put it out there on the table rather than you have yours this side and I have mine this side. Like it's all together. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely.
I think a bit of the I suppose some things that changed for us was, especially for me, by creating that morning mindset and getting your confidence going, not only through finance but also through work. And then all of a sudden your work was starting to be a lot more productive, better, stable, and then you're actually bringing that home to the household, but also having those, you felt more confident having those conversations. And it wasn't as if we weren't going down a bad path or nothing beforehand. It's just, it actually probably strengthened our line of where we're going in the future.
Yeah, that's good. And I think it is a key aspect that a lot of people don't consider or think about. Is that whole area of mindset. But it was even interesting hearing you guys talking about this idea of like, we knew what each other wanted, but it was almost like that next step of like getting it out and like going through that together and that process together and kind of going, okay, well, you kind of want this is what you were thinking, this is what I was thinking, and then kind of bringing them together as well. That's actually really good. Actually, I was thinking also, Brenton, for you personally, there was this element of the idea of risk as well, which has actually been quite a unique journey as well, hasn't it? Did you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, well, I suppose a little bit of the way we grew up, that everything paid for. You make sure that everything was in line. You don't take too many risks, because you just got to get your house paid for. You've got to get your car paid for, whatever. Everything was very low risk, and you just, I don't know, going outside the comfort zone was a big thing for me, and having the confidence to do it. And as I said, it just probably, like doing all the little tasks that we had each week gave you more confidence to actually start thinking outside the box a bit.
Yeah, no, and I enjoyed that facet of it, because I remember one of the calls that we had, it was very much like, okay, well, you're happy taking risks in nearly every other area of your life, but money is like not there. And then I think one of the other fun things too is that watching that confidence grow, and as soon as that confidence kind of was coming, it was like, okay, well, now I feel more comfortable, because I have that confidence to think outside of the box and look at some other options that are out there as well. So that was really, really good. But I guess, I know we've spoken about a few things already, but if you were to think of maybe some of the key things as far as the results that you guys have seen, so you don't obviously have to talk about money specifically, but what are some of the results that you've seen coming out of the back end of this program?
I like the morning mindset. I think for me is a huge aspect of in going forward. I always thought that I had a clear mind, going into work and what have you, but just to have that reiteration of, this is who we are and this is what we've got and what we've achieved, and then to remind yourself of that each day, just I don't know, puts you, like you said, puts that morning mindset in a great positive spot moving forward for the day.
That's a good one.
And for me, like we set up a bit of a spreadsheet so that we could actually see where our money was going. And beforehand we had an idea, but you don't realise where your money's going. So we actually had more conversation around how we're going about our daily lives, and what not what sort of dead money, and what we like doing. And it's like part of the program is, it's not about taking away the stuff that you love doing, it's making sure that you continue to do that, but it's thinking of other ways that you can generate money and still enjoy the good things in life.
And look, that was probably actually something I was thinking about too for you guys as well, is just this area of how it hasn't really at all been this part of kind of like cutting back. You've still been able to do some trips and some golfing and some some of the things that you guys love to do, and I always really enjoyed that. But I think one of the things that we spoke about a little bit before was this idea of communication too. I would say that has been like such a huge result for you guys. It's just kind of picked up that level of communication. So it's kind of funny actually. It's this area of, we spoke about mindset. We spoke about this idea of, still being able to enjoy things in life, but also this idea of communication as well. So, yeah.
And I think we probably thought we did have great communication, which we do, but there was so much more that we could communicate on different levels to open that up. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. And look, I think that's true for most people too. They have this concept of like, oh, we're pretty good at communication, but it's one of those things that, you can always do better. And I think money is definitely a space that's true for a majority of people as well. That's good. But so I guess in knowing a bit about the journey, what you guys have gone through, and I guess, some of the great things that you guys are seeing at the moment, it's always really encouraging. But if there was some people out there in my world who are thinking about kind of, I guess, doing this program, what would you kind of say to them?
Oh, for us, it's gave us more confidence in the way that we speak. We discuss things. If you out, like if there's couples out there just trying to, I suppose, it's improve their lifestyle, but also improve their mindset, this program's been really good for us in that way. We discuss a lot more. It's not only just as I said before, it's not just money. It's
Mhm.
you know, about work, family, what we want to achieve. You know, we've got goals in place where we want to go to. We've actually, I'd like to think that we're starting to take a few more, not risks, but not take risks, but not major risks. But we're starting to think outside the square a bit. And with this program, is actually probably one of the things was actually identifying what sort of person you are with money. If you're a spender or a conservative spender, or you're free-willing spender, like it really help identify with each other of the behaviours that we've got. So it's been the program has been good for us, as I said, on a lot of aspects. And I'd encourage others to, if they want to get that edge with their finances, to do a program like this.
Yeah, great. What about you, Janelle?
Yeah, all of the above.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it just opened our minds a bit more in where we want to go in life, I suppose. And like you said, it's not just money aspect, but achieving those goals that we might have thought were a bit far-fetched, but in putting it all into perspective, it's not really. Like, it's everything's achievable once you've had that mindset in place, and you can do anything. So
yeah, no, I think that's good. And I think one of the fun things with you too is this idea of almost surprising ourselves with how well we done. Because I remember there was an element where we kind of spent a bit of time reflecting, and we were kind of like, okay, well, how well have we actually done? And it was actually really good. Like, I think we were all kind of sitting there going, oh wow, like we've actually done a lot more than what we thought we had, which was great.
Yeah.
But even the discussion points, it probably drills down to, or brings out things that we've probably never spoken about before. So with some of the topics that we've discussed, it actually brought out a few things that we've never discussed before, which was really good, and it helped probably help understand what the other person was thinking. And as I said, there was the good part about for us was we were not in a bad financial situation. We were actually in a good financial situation. It's just that we wanted to get an edge to go further.
Yeah. And I think that's been a really good way of putting it too. The last couple of things that you said, Brenton, was this idea of like having that edge, in your finances. And I think you guys have definitely got that. And, like the thing that I'm probably looking forward to the most is, getting a random message in like 6 months or a year or two or something like that, and be like, we just got here, or we just did that. It's definitely something that I'm looking forward with you guys. But look, I've really loved working with you guys. I think there's probably still going to be a few more catch-ups randomly over the coming months, I'm sure. But thanks for jumping on tonight. I really appreciate it. And I think there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be encouraged by hearing your story as well. So thanks so much for sharing.
No, and thank you for the support that you've given us. We've really appreciated all the stuff that all the information and the guidance that you've given us has been really appreciated.
Not a problem at all, mate. It's been fantastic. And like I said, I'm looking forward to the years to come. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Very hard to do.
Well, that's always good. All right, awesome. Thanks for doing that, guys.
All right. No worries.
Thank you.
That's all right.